adding a new section to the Top 6 show when we get onto these points, and it's called Fiction or Football. Okay, so fiction means you think that's cap. Why? Football means you think it's real. I'm going to throw this question to Dan. It's in relation to Isak. Would Isak joining Liverpool guarantee them the Premier League title next season? Fiction or football?
Football. I think that happens. I think the rest of the Premier League should be incredibly worried if Isak turns up at Liverpool at the end of the transfer window. Honestly, that is monumental for the next 4 or 5 Premier League seasons, I think.
Does it guarantee the Champions League?
I love hearing this, by the way. I absolutely love hearing this. Oh my God.
Champions League's a little bit tougher to say it guarantees, just because I think there's a number of teams, obviously, that have got... I mean, Liverpool and the Champions League is a great relationship, though, so it might, but I think the Premier League is what would be guaranteed. I don't know about the Champions League. I think sometimes you can win that with luck because of the type of competition it is, but I think over a 38-game consistent season, I think Isak wins you the Premier League, as well as the other players.
The next 5 years as well. Like with Guardiola likelihood to leave City, Arteta, can he get over the line? If they get Alexander Isak, I'm thinking how City had that, 6 out of 7.
Yeah, they're winning 4 of the next 5, aren't they?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I don't see anyone. The centre back question is going to be: can they bring in a centre back? Because I think that's the only area of the pitch.
Anyone, Tom?
Gahey.
I think
it looks like we're going to get Gahey done.
KJ, why do you think it's
fiction? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. KJ, why do you think it's fiction?
Fiction. I was thinking about it. I was like, for next season, yeah, it sounded like football, but is there in between? But when Henry's starting to talk about dominating for the next 5 years, and
who stops them then? Tell me.
It's fiction, man. You know why it's fiction? I know Liverpool. I know
win you over with talking about the player.
And I know Liverpool were good this year, but I don't think they were so amazing that I looked at them like no one's ever catching them again. Like it didn't look like that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Manchester City will always have the resources to challenge. And yes, Guardiola might go in the next season or 2, but I believe in their process of their way their managers are, the way that they pick managers, that they will go and get a guy who can come in and challenge and potentially beat Liverpool to a title. And because Man City are in this league, it's hard for me to say just straight up, boom, it's just going to be Liverpool now and forevermore, or until whatever happens. They were really good, but if City are at their best, they easily could win the league as much as Liverpool can win the league. So I'm saying fiction, just for I think there's another team in this league that could that could compete with them again. And it won't be just a simple, just because of Isak and just because it got worse, that means they've won the league. And
I mean, it's a damn good argument, though. That the champions have added words in Isak.
I'm saying football as well, man. I'm saying this will happen. On my channel, Terrace TV, I spoke about it earlier on today. It's not just the signings of Wirtz and Isak. It's Salah staying, Van Dijk staying, the midfield already being fantastic, replacing the fullbacks with potentially better fullbacks based on what we saw last season, especially when it comes to the left back side of things. They go into this season the resounding favourites to win the league, and I just don't see how they're going to be stopped. They'll get beaten in individual games, but last year Liverpool looked a little bit sticky in some games if Salah couldn't score, and people sort of just popped up. But with Isak in the team, with Wirtz in the team, with Salah in the team, you're looking at a side that could break the goal scoring record in the Premier League next season. You're looking at a team that genuinely has got a shot of going invincible next year. Absolutely got a shot of going in. They might not do it because that's very hard, but they have an absolute chance of going invincible because they will score. They scored in all but 1 game last year. You add Isak and Wirtz to this team, they're going to score in every. My big prediction for Liverpool outside of winning the league is they're going to score in every single Premier League game next year. And someone says behave, they scored in all but 1 game last year. I think they'll score in every single match this season. And if you score in every single game, you have a chance of going invincible. It's a very slim chance, but that's how good they are. I might even see what the odds are and put a cheeky little bet on it. This Liverpool team with Isak it should be fucking illegal. Sorry, Mac.
We did 34 games at home where we scored more than 2 goals.
No, it was across the season. In the
across the
38
season, wasn't it?
in a 38-game Premier League season, we scored 2+ goals and 31.
But this is it. Zine says you're being sensational. 34 games of the league season, they scored 2 or more goals. You're adding Verts and you're adding Isak to that team. This is the problem with people with small brains, Z. All right, I'm starting to get nasty with some people now because you're a bit of a troll, so I can be nasty to a troll. It's not a mad take to go. They could extend that a little bit further. I literally said a slim chance, but there is a chance. Stop. Some of the challenge is crazy to me. It's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I'm just going to start blocking people, not because you're not allowed to challenge me, but because you just chat shit. I didn't sit here and say it's a guarantee it's going to happen and it's easy. That would be being sensational. But a team that scored in all but one game, scored two or more goals in 34 games, that have just added one of the best strikers in the world, one of the best attacking midfielders into the world to that team. I'm making a prediction they're scoring every game and they've got a chance of going invincible. They're that fucking good.
I think as well, everyone rightly should be looking at the attack because we could be spending near enough 300 million quid on that this season. But one of our big problems last year was our fullbacks didn't necessarily do the exact job the manager wanted.
How did I know you were going to go there with
I had to watch Andy Robertson try and be what he's not. And I had to watch Trent Alexander-Arnold not give a shit about anything. So I've now added I've added one of the best left backs in the Premier League last year because I'll give Cucurella some credit in that. And I added one of the best right wing backs from the Bundesliga for the past 3 years, who are very specialised at what they do, which is what Ardy Slot wanted our fullbacks to do last year. But Robertson can't control the football near the box, and Alexander-Arnold refused to go near the box because he believes he's this pseudo defensive midfielder. Now that we've got fullbacks that'll do the job, well, that is going to improve a lot of the build-up and a lot of the problems that we had. So not only is the attack going to be even stronger, adding who is, in my opinion, the best 10 in the world and potentially the best striker in the league to go alongside the best player in the Premier League and two really serviceable left-wing options. A lot of the problems we had last year in terms of building up, especially against big teams, where they'd almost force us to go long, we'll be able to play out of that better now because we've got fullbacks that we can trust to play out there. So as a unit, we've become a lot stronger. And it's nice to see that the football club are matching the ambition that the fans have. I
totally agree. You said it was fact or fiction. I must have misunderstood the concept. Well, you did, because it was fictional football, first of all, so you weren't listening. And the bit I mentioned wasn't the question we asked within that segment. So with all, I'll take that as an apology from you because you didn't listen. What I said wasn't the question, and you didn't even hear what the segment was called. So yes, you definitely misunderstood what I was saying. So maybe best to understand what's being said before leaving a comment. That'd be my first. What did I hear then? You can rewind it, listen again. Maybe you wouldn't have come in and said it was sensationalist. I'm literally giving a bold prediction of something that they could potentially achieve that would be massive, but I don't think it's bold to say they're winning the league.
Yeah.
Viewers, we're going to go to some of your super chats and comments here. It says, what if Man City get charged? Who will stop Liverpool? We'll see what Arsenal do. Arsenal are the only other team that I think are going to be able to stop them next season, Sarah. If Isak does, Arsenal's transfer market for a striker get increasingly tougher? If Isak goes.
No, because they're doing the transfer market without Isak in mind.
They're not
now
shopping
anyway.
for Isak, are they?
So they'll be fine. You guys will be fine.
Free run.
Yeah, I'm not worried about. I wouldn't be worried about that. I don't think Arsenal fans are as well. How many times did you watch Trent's performance, Tom?
Oh yeah, yesterday I thought it was brilliant. I've had it on replay a number of times. I really enjoyed going into like Madrid communities on Twitter and watching their instant reaction every time he done something fucking stupid, because they'd all just sit there and go, who's this? Who's this?
Is it not freeing now, Tom? That you don't have to lie.
Do you know what it was, KJ?
To the people.
Do you know what it was? I saw the tweet from a Real Madrid fan yesterday going, "Don't let these people like bait you. Trent weren't even that bad." And I took one look and went, "Now that was what we were like for 8 years."
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? It must be nice for you, Tom, and the millions of Liverpool fans on the road to finally come out. You've left the closet. You're on the Pride March, and you can finally go, Trent's bad. Do you know what I mean? You sit your parents down in a room. Mum, Dad, I've got something to tell you.
God, you haven't watched my videos for the last couple of months.
Trent's not I absolutely love it. It's very, very funny indeed. Not just players on holiday, the actual transfer window and not the World Club Cup as being open for 4 days. Fans need to calm down. But it's funny because I saw Staffy tweet that the transfer window's been open 19 days and United haven't sold anybody. That isn't strictly true. The first 10-day window was generally about clubs rush buying and selling to create room for the World Club Cup. Most clubs in Europe did barely anything in that period because unless one of their main targets, like Wirtz wouldn't have been done as early if Bayern Munich and City didn't want him. Liverpool had to act when they did.
Because loads of clubs wanted him.
Exactly.
I mean, even then, the moment that it came out that it was neither Bayern or City and it was us, everything slowed down.
It still took about
3.5 weeks.
3.5 to 4 weeks. Exactly. From a here we go almost. So people have got to slow
He's
their
only just
hell.
got in the van with his family.
Yeah, exactly. Is Isak going to leave Newcastle?
We'll see. We don't know.
I look at it this way, honestly. There's too much noise for him. I know Newcastle fans hate this being said. If he truly 100% wanted to stay at Newcastle, this story's been rumbling on for 4 months. It had been shut down by now. Liverpool Football Club wouldn't allow it to rumble on if there wasn't a chance. They are the best club in England that's shutting down stories they know aren't going to happen. So it definitely could.
It was the Eddie Howe comment. It was the Eddie Howe comment at the end of the season.
Yeah, he couldn't guarantee it. Isak is also injury prone. Other teams will improve and there will always be better players every season who get big club moves.
I mean, yeah, but there's not many strikers in world football better than Alexander Isak, and that's the real problem area for us. So
I hear that.
It's increasing your ceiling.
Yeah.
If you don't get Isak, do you think you're going for Ekatike?
If we don't get Isak, I hope we ring up Napoli and go, listen, I don't know why, but you want Nunes. What do we need to pay and give you Nunes for Osimhen?
Yeah,
That's a different profile.
Very different.
I just want to work. I don't want to do project number 9. Who I've got to do another 2 years of. Eventually, when they learn how to finish, you'll get your money worth. I just want guaranteed goals now.
Stand in the box and score goals, mate. That's it.